is that everyone's safe. And if this is gonna help everyone go back to work sooner, and by everyone I mean everyone in the arts, um, then so be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all good. Don't be sorry. And we still have the online, and most of you feel like really comfortable with the online, which I love. So yeah, and we get to have Carita all the way from BC. So that's amazing. All right, friends. Let's get started. I have like 20 notebooks here, like my yoga notebook and my conditioning notebook. La la la. All right. Let us start on the floor on your back. Um, and just have your block nearby. Um, start on the floor, start with your feet on the ground, and just start by feeling everything that's touching the ground, the soles of your feet. Because of the curves on your spine, your tailbone is mostly on the floor. Then kind of like your ribs, your lower ribs, and then your upper back. And just start by feeling all of that. You can have your arms on the side, on your hips, or anywhere that feels comfortable. And start by tilting, rocking your hips back and forth. So inhale and arch your back as much as you can without lifting your bum off the ground. Exhale to tuck under and imprint your back on the floor. Inhale to arch. Exhale for imprint. Keep on going, and try not to target your bum to like at all right now. You're focusing a lot more on your lower abs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. One last time. Inhale. And on your exhale, lift your tailbone a little bit off the ground and slide your block underneath your hips and just settle there. Take your time to place that block underneath your hips. Yeah, and once you have it, one leg at a time, bring your right foot, then your left foot towards the ceiling, and give it a nice little shake. Yeah, see everything wobble in all its magnificent glory. I love having my legs wobble. It feels nice. Okay, when you're ready, flex your feet and push against the ceiling. And one leg at a time, bring your right leg down to hover off the ground, just 1 inch or two, and come back in. And left leg goes down and up again. Continue going with this on a straight leg. Ideally, you're also targeting your lower back, lower abs in here. Remember that your lower abs help to have a healthy hips and therefore healthy lower back. So this is, after today's class, hopefully you're gonna feel great on your lower back. Now we're gonna try this again. Lower your right leg on a straight leg, and on the way back, bend your knee on a wave. Yeah. Try the same thing on your left leg. And try to match your exhale every time you come up. Inhale to lower, exhale to bend. If you want a bigger challenge, try both legs at the same time. You can hang on to your block for more leverage. Yeah. When you're ready, bring both of your legs, your feet on the ground. Now, bring your heels as close to the block as you can and lift your right heel up and drop your knee to the side. And come back and put your heel down. Left heel lifts, knee drops, coming in, heel drops. Right foot, the right heel lift, knee drops, come back, heel down, heel up, knee, come back, heel down. Continue going like this for a few more times. Make sure that your hips, take a little peek at your hips and make sure that they aren't moving. For this, you probably need that the leg that stays on the floor is really rooted on the ground. And it will also help if your lower abs are super engaged. Come back to center. Bring your legs to a tabletop position. And just very, very shortly, we're gonna do toe taps. Tap the floor, coming back. Tap the floor, coming back. Tap the floor, coming back. Tap the floor, coming down. Let's do it a couple more times. Remember, strong core equals healthy hips. Last couple of times. And come back. Bring your feet to the ground. Lift your hips a little bit and slide the block to the side. Take a deep breath in. And on your breath out, hug your knees to your chest. Breathing in and hug them a little bit more again. Now you can do this one at a time or both of them at a time. Start finding some circles with your knees. I like placing my knees right around my forearm and trying to let the arms do the movement, not your hips. So you are relaxed on your hips. Once you had enough, reverse those circles. Keep on going. A few more times. Great. Once you're ready, send your left leg long onto the ground and find a happy baby on that leg that stayed with you. For a happy baby, we want our elbow inside your knee and you're grabbing your foot on the outside. Yeah. Now really give it a push towards the ground. Really find that flexion, like very, very deep flexion on your hip. And make sure that you have your straps somewhere nearby. Okay, since you have your foot on your hand, loop your strap around your toes and stretch your knee to the ceiling. Great. All right, so we're gonna do these nice little swings. Make sure that your toes are super flexed and pressing against the strap the whole time. So grab your strap with the opposite hand and bring your leg towards the inside of your body. You probably feel a little stretch on the outside of your hip. Bring it to center. Switch your hands and open your leg to the side. Bring it to center. Switch your hands. You're pressing against the strap and open your knee to the side. You can always hook your thumb on that hip to not let it come off the ground. Bring it to center, switch your hands, and open it to the side. And then on this instance, your hand is on top of your hip so that your hip stays on the ground. Bring it to center. Let's just do a couple more times. So basically, you're pressing your hips against the ground. Let us hold in this one. You're towards the inside of your leg. You can probably, for now, I feel it a little bit on the back of my leg, a little bit on the outside of my hip. And really notice that compression that's happening on the inside of your hips. Okay. Bring it to center. And let's hold on the outside. Bring your leg to the side. Really let go of any strength or any pressure on your hips. And if you can, flex your foot even harder. But by bringing your strap, by using the strength of your strap rather than your strength of your legs, if that makes any sense. Bring it back to center. Oh, Heather, are you okay? I didn't see you left. Oh, yes. Everyone, engage your quad, flex your foot a lot, and bring that leg closer to your chest. You can bend your knee if that feels more comfortable for you. The only thing that you really need is to engage that quad. Heather, if you don't have a strap, you can always grab on the back of your leg. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Great. Leg off that strap. Shake your leg. Bring it to the floor and switch sides. Bring your left knee to your chest. And find half a happy baby. Elbow inside your knee, hand on the outside of your foot. Hanging here. You can always play around with your body. I know that sounds really not PG-13, but you can always just move around and see what feels good for you. And yes, if you want to go ahead and do a full happy baby, go for it. Like I always say, if you feel like you don't want to listen to me today, just don't. All right, once you had enough of your happy baby, loop your strap around your metatarsal, your toes, and kick towards the ceiling and hold in there for a second. Make sure your foot's flexed. You're pressing your foot against the strap and your strap against the foot. Take a deep breath in, and on the breath out, cross it towards the center of your body. Whew, this one is tight. Come back to center, switch your hands, and open it up to the side. Shoot, I don't have enough space on this side. And bring it to center. Switch your hands and cross it all the way to center. Wow, this one is really tiny, guys. Just remember that you are one person with two different legs and two different sides. So it is totally normal if it feels completely different. Bring it to center and open it to the side. As you can probably notice, I'm taking a lot more time on this side. And this is mainly because it feels good to take longer on this side. But if that's not your jam today, go a little bit quicker. Bring it to center and let's hold on the cross one. You choose how much intensity you want for this. If you want a mild intensity, you're not engaging pretty much anything. It's just letting gravity do its job. If you want a little bit more intense stretch, make sure you flex your foot really hard and you're engaging your quad really hard, and then you're pulling with your strap. This is for a very intense stretch. If you're done with this, bring it to center and let's just hold on the open leg. And same thing. If you're super flexible, like you guys all are, damn, look at you. You can just let go of the leg and just like plop in there if this is what you need today. If you want a lot more stretch, make sure that you are flexing your foot as much as you can and pulling your toes towards your face with the strap. Engage that quad. If you're done with that, oh, Heather left us. Bring your leg to center, unhook your strap, and bring both feet to the ground. We're gonna go for our second round of bridges. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Place your hands beside your body. Take a deep breath in, and that's where you're gonna leverage. Um, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, peel your tailbone off the ground and hold in there. Now, for these bridges, I think maybe Sue and Christina are familiar with them. Um, for these ones, you're going to do the same pelvic tilts. So only drop your floor to the ground and then push your tailbone towards the ceiling. You're not entirely going back to the ground. It's just dropping the bum, like you're arching your back, and then push your tailbone towards the ceiling. Dropping the bum and push and drop. This is my one of my favorite substitution for squats. And drop, push, sorry, and drop, and push, and drop, and push. Let's pick up, and drop, and push, and drop, and push. A little bit faster, and push, and faster, and push. Slide your block back underneath your hips. Choose the height that you need. I am going for the medium height right now. And listen carefully. You're going to bring your heels as close to the block as you can. Lift your right heel and start sliding your foot on the side so that the front of your foot eventually is on the floor. Hello, quad stretch. You didn't see that coming. Yes. Now for this one, be very careful to not collapse. So don't let your back arch. You're holding on to your life with your abs actually. So your abs are super strong, and just let your knee drop towards the floor as much as you can. Remember, all of these exercises, you should, number one, still be able to breathe. Number two, do not feel pain. If anywhere it's a pain, a sharp pain, just stop and get out of there. Now, for this kind of stretch, it depends of your body. So I'm not gonna cue, oh, both of your knees need to be closer together, because that's not accessible for some people. So just let your knee drop anywhere it wants. If you had enough, come back and let's do the other foot. Wow, that was a big speech, you guys. I'm sorry. Little by little, start dragging your foot closer to your bum. Oh wow, I get too loud when I get too excited, you guys. I'm sorry. And just let that knee drop towards the floor. Yeah. Ideally, you are assisted with the block, but you still have to almost have the feeling of thrusting towards the ceiling with your lower abs and your hips. I know I told you this was a very intense stretch on the quads. If you're ready with that, You're done with it. Bring it back. And yes, bring your legs up to the ceiling again. Just give it a nice little shake. Come back down. Lift your hips slightly and take your block away. Front of the hip stretch when did that. Uh, oh wow. We're almost done, guys. Let's go to a seated position and eventually to your oh shoot, I missed one. Okay, we'll do it after. Blah, 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 blah. What? Sorry, guys. I'm just reading over my notes. Okay, let's do our little clamps and all that. Let's go into your tabletop and listen carefully. For all of this, I want you to place that block on top of your hips. I'm pretty sure Lily has done this before. I think she did it last week. Did she? Or am I just like imagining things? Okay, great. I'm imagining things. Great. So ideally, your block is not going to fall, right? Make sure that you're pressing well with your right hand and your left leg and show me some clamps. Lift your right knee up and bring it down and lift up and down. As you can see, it doesn't have to be a big movement. The most important thing is that your block does not fall. And all of you have like the nice foam blocks. I have the heavy cork ones, so yeah, they're gonna like fall on my foot. Continue with your clams. We're clamming and clamming. Is it clam or clamp? I don't know. English is not my thing. Okay. The know-it-all hobby just say clam. Once you're done with this, come back to center and let's do other side. Guys, I'm not even counting these guys. So the good measure here is go for you until you're exhausted and then do a couple of more. Keep on going. I'm just gonna let Heather in. Yeah, good job, guys. Look at how much mobility you guys have. You have like a lot more mobility than I do. Yeah, that's amazing. Great job. Okay, come back to center. And this time we're gonna do leg lifts. Stretch your right leg to the back and just up and down. Very, very minor because also you don't want that block to fall. Up and down. And you guessed it right. This is partly hamstring and partly bum. Keep on going. Keep on going. The great things about being a teacher is that sometimes I get to just watch you. Don't stop yet. This time, cross it on the other side of your ankle and on the out and open it a little bit. Yeah, crossing and opening and crossing. Hi, Heather. We're doing some leg clamps and all that. Crossing and opening and crossing and opening. Once you had enough, come back to center. If you need to, do hinge at your hips and find a little happy baby in between. Oof, I think it's needed. I don't know how you guys feel. Yes, come back to your tabletop and let's do stretch your leg, left leg and up and down. Heather, if you have it available, place your block on your hip, on top of your hips, and just come down. You will notice, guys, that it's not too possible to lift that leg too high because then the block will fall. Continue doing this until you're super tired. Make sure that you're not collapsing and arching your back. You still have your abs really, really engaged. Woof. Woof. Once you're ready, start crossing. Crossing in and opening back. Crossing in and yes, Go as slow as you can. Guys, I'm not even doing the whole thing with you and I'm already shaking. Going. If you are super exhausted, come back to your tabletop and stretch your right leg to the side. Very, very flat to the side. Yes, and we're just gonna do some very nice hinges. Sliding back as much as you can and sliding up to neutral. And sliding back and sliding up. If you feel super pro and if you want to try this with just one hand or the other, try that. If you're feeling even more like you want a challenge, try doing it with no hands. The range of like the movement will be a lot smaller, especially on the forward. Yes, because you don't want to fall on your face, but it's a lot more control. Yes, hinging back and then coming as high up as you can. Yeah. That's great work, guys. Good job, all of you. And once you have enough, switch your legs, come back to center, and stretch your left foot. Ah! Wow, that was a big noise. Ideally, your block's not falling. Let's do the left. And hinging back and neutral. And back and neutral. And back and neutral. And back and neutral. If you want to go pro, you can float one hand first and eventually two hands. Eee. Don't fall on your face like me. You notice that you will need to press down on the foot that's out and press on that knee and shin on the ground. And use your lower abs to even get a little bit of height, right? Yeah, go on, you guys. Very nice. Damn, Christine, look at that control, girlfriend. You got it. Awesome possum. Yes, woo. Once you had enough, come back to your tabletop. Let us just do some cat-cows to, loosen up. If you want to go to child's pose, go for it. If not, just on your own time, inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. Oh yeah, this feels nice. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. And really focus, make the focus point your hips. You're tilting your hips. You're tucking your hips. Yeah. Oh yeah, good job, guys. Eventually, make it a little bit longer. Inhale, a little bit stretching on your hips. Exhale onto the hinge. Inhale. You can walk your hands a little bit farther front if you need to. Exhale if you're going for the long version. Yeah. Eventually, make your way all the way down to the ground. All right, this is a fun one. I want you to, let's just stay in the Sphinx if this is available to you, which means your forearms are on the ground. You can also have your forehead on the ground if you prefer, but make sure, I think you can see it. You know how my belly is all the way on the floor? Imagine I'm on the Sphinx. Try to lift it off the ground as much as, yes, so that your abs are engaged the whole time. Bring your right knee to 90 degrees out. Great. Flex your foot as much as you can. And hear me out. Bring your heel towards the ceiling and down. It may go all the way to the ceiling. It may go a tiny little bit. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is that both of your hips are towards the floor as much as you can. And you're just internally rotating that leg. You'll probably feel it if you go as far as you can. You'll probably feel it on the outside of your bum. A little bit of glute med. Yeah, just a little bit. Like on the top of your glute med. Yeah. This is hip mobility. And since all of you do ballet, having a strong internal rotation actually balances out all the external rotation that we do in ballet, right? So doing these kind of exercises, it's really healthy if you do a lot of ballet. It's really tiring. Remember, once you're exhausted, do a couple more. All right, bring your heel towards the ground. I love it because like when I say once you're exhausted, I actually mean me. I'm like, I'm done with this. Flex your foot and really, it's probably not gonna happen, but really try to lift your knee off the floor. Notice what engages. And yes, if you are done with the forearms, you can always go back to the ground. Try to lift that knee off the floor. I know that it's probably not gonna happen for most of us. But notice what muscle is engaging. It's usually around your buttocks area, yes? Are you engaging the glute max, which is the top? Hopefully not. Try to engage the glute med, which is right in the middle. Does that make a difference? Ish? Like, as you can see, my knee is not lifting by any means, but I'm still engaging that glute and then relaxing. Engaging and relaxing. And if your knee is able to come off the floor, I salute you, girlfriend. Please go and be a professional ballerina. All right, once we have enough with this, stretch your leg long towards the back and let's do the other side. Find your Sphinx if you want to, if not, go on the ground. And find a 90-degree angle with your knee on the side. Flex your foot very much so, and go for your lifting the heel towards the ceiling. Yeah. Just gonna come closer to here so that I can see you. I'll do it too. Yeah. For me, this side doesn't go nearly as high as the other. Yeah. To try to keep your tummy off the ground, to not hurt your lower back. Engage those lower abs. Yeah. This is usually my strong supporting leg. So that also means that it gets tired faster. At least for me. I can feel already my glute med being like shaking for its life. Please help me. Please help me. Once you're done with that, place your heel on the ground. Press really hard on your heel and try to lift that knee off the ground. Damn, you guys are so good. Christine's laughing at me. She's like, girlfriend, I feel you. Oof. If you had enough with that, stretch your leg. That was a lot shorter too. Sorry, guys. I feel like this class is very uneven. Just have a nice, relaxing time. Ooh. And when you're ready, flip onto your back. Yeah, I'm just switching my legs perfectly. Almost done. Great. Just flip onto your back, heels on the floor. Oh, it's a whole. Oh no, it's just been 30 minutes. Stretch your right leg to the ceiling and cross it on top of your left knee. So you're on this 4 position, like number 4 position. Before we do anything with it, I want you to press your heel against your knee very intensely, and then your knee, your floating knee, away from your hip as much as you can. No hands. Now keep that pressure. Float your leg that's on the floor and bring that knee towards your chest. No hands yet. Ooh. Yeah. Now, whenever you're ready, thread your needle this way. Thread your needle and find your stretch. You can grab on the back of your leg or on your shin. It doesn't really matter. Again, I recommend always flexing your foot because that just protects your knees. And you can always, your elbow that is on the bent knee, on the open knee, you can press your elbow against your knee to find a little bit more intense stretch. If you want even more, you can add the little ab exercise by bringing your chin to your legs and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Stretch your hands forward, up and down and up and down and up and down and up and hold. Stretch your bottom. I'm gonna call it bottom leg in front. Both legs is stretched forward, hovering off the ground, and when you're ready, melt to the floor. All right. Take a deep breath in and a breathe out. Bring your heels to the floor and let's do the other side. Stretch your left leg long to the ceiling. Cross it on top your bottom leg. Yeah, let's call it bottom leg because both of them are bent. And first of all, push your heel against that knee, your knee away from that hip, and find length. Without hands, bring your legs closer to your chest, keeping that pressure against one another. And this is also a nice ab exercise because literally you're just using your abs to bring your knees closer to your chest. And when you're ready, thread your needle and find a deeper stretch. Keep that foot flexed. Your bottom leg, it doesn't really matter if it's a straight or halfway bent or super bent. It doesn't really matter. It's not what we're targeting right now. We're basically targeting the outside of your top leg, the top hip. Okay, ready for some abs? Take a deep breath in and take another deep breath out. Breathing the chest to your legs and lower and legs and lower and legs and lower and legs and lower. Stretch your hands front, down, front, down. I think I have my breaths the other way around. Do what feels more natural for you. Oh, there you go. And stretch your bottom leg. And stretch more legs and hold and hover. Keep on breathing. And when you're ready, let go of everything. Hold your knees to your chest. Taking a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring them closer. Use the strength of your arms and let go of the strength of the hips. Try that again. Inhale. And with the strength of your arms, bring your Knees closer to your chest. Now find your full happy baby. Both legs, feet wide open. You can rock from side to side. You can like even do circles. You know how like this is why it's called a happy baby. You know how like babies are when you're changing their diapers. They just like rock from side to side and they do like all this kind of crazy stuff. So this is you right now. Not that I've ever changed a child in my life. When you're ready, bring your heels to the floor or open your knees wide and have the soles of your feet together for a nice little like open book position kind of thing. Taking a deep breath in. Something nice to do in here, if you happen to have your block nearby, you can always place your block on top of your belly for an extra grounding feeling. It feels weird, I'm not gonna lie, it feels weird. But it has nice effects, I promise. Taking a deep breath in. And on your breath out, stretch one leg at a time long. And then breathing in. And breathing out. Take the block away from your belly. Roll onto one side. Find your sitting position. And we're done. Ta-da! Hips. That was hips. How are you guys feeling? Good. I hope that was not too intense. And at the same time, I hope it was. I can hear you, Christine. You're muted.
It was intense, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing after these classes, like how much more mobility I feel in the parts we target. You don't even
And that like internal rotation with the heel towards the ceiling is one of my favorites because it's something that we don't usually do. So I think it balances out really nicely. Ready for some turkey? If you eat turkey.
Yeah, you don't even eat turkey.
I was just telling the guys in yoga that Daniel is making a whole turkey, but I don't eat meat anymore. So we'll see. We'll just give it away.
Are you gonna get the like tofurkey or whatever?
I don't know. I don't feel like it.
Daniel's just gonna eat a lot.
Honestly, I think that's what's gonna happen because we say that we're gonna give it away, but you know, that's probably not gonna happen. And I'm making a salad, so that's that. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on Tuesday because I am actually taking Monday off. Yay!
Yay!
Good weekend.
Have a
Bye.
nice
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Everyone.